Hello, everybody.
An article today revealed Tory donor Frank Hester had made some disgusting statements about women of colour, including Diane Abbott. If the Conservative Party is so concerned with extremism, shouldn't Rishi Sunak get his own house in order first? Now, just a bit of background to this. The Guardian has revealed that healthcare technology entrepreneur Frank Hester, who's given the Tories £10 million in the past year, said at a meeting in 2019 that, and this is a quote from him apparently, "You see Diane Abbott on the TV and you're just like, I hate. You just want to hate all black women because she's there. And I don't hate all black women at all, but I think she should be shot."
There was a statement that was released saying that his criticism of Diane Abbott, this is Frank Hester, was nothing to do with her race or gender. Let's look at that phrase, makes you want to hate all black women.
When a Tory donor says looking at Diane Abbott makes you want to hate all black women, that is a racist thing to say, isn't it?
It's totally unacceptable. He has rightly apologised. It was said in a private meeting, so...
The Conservative spokesman has told LBC that Mr Hester has made clear that while he was rude, his criticism had nothing to do with her gender nor the colour of her skin. He has since apologised.
I mean, that's just grim. That's just absolutely grim. And
we all get furious with our opponents, and if every quote you'd ever said, Ed, about Tories was taken out of context and plastered all over the television, I'm sure you could be made to look pretty vile as well, and so could I. So
I'm not sure I'm happy with what you're saying there. I mean, I've never said anything racist about a Conservative or a Labour member of Parliament, and I think to say something racist is vile, and you're not suggesting that this is not the normal political knockabout, Mr Stewart. This is, if he said it, he said she should be shot.
But for a man who gave £5 million to the Tory party last year and £5 million to the Tory party this year, to remark that Diane Abbott should be shot.
If that was what was said, then clearly that shouldn't have been said. I say I'm not here to remotely...
Not just that it shouldn't have been said. It's not just vile. That. She should be shot. It makes me hate all black women. Honestly, I think for politics, you should call it out.
If you can't identify that as racist, what would it take for you to identify something as racism? If you can't identify something that is as clear as that, where you categorise a whole group of people, hate all black women, that in itself is the very definition of prejudice and racism.
Can I suggest you're in danger of making the whole row worse? Because you seem to be justifying that people can say things in private that they wouldn't be allowed to say in public. If somebody says something racist, it is as bad if they say it in private as if they say it in public. And there is no equivalence between hateful, racist language and normal political criticism.
And I think one point of consensus that you'll find across this panel this evening, for all of us who are active in frontline politics, is I think it's incumbent upon us all to, particularly during a time where there's such a lot of international tension, not to inflame any... just not to incite violence in that way. I mean, it's just appalling.
The whole couple of weeks we've talked about MP safety and how there's going to be extra money for MP safety. If you're not going to stamp it out with your friends within your own party, then you're not going to stamp it out in the country.
Click here for a video about the toxic idea of bringing Boris back.